Saudi raids kill 4 citizens in Taiz. Yemeni parliament condemns Emirati anti-environment activities in Socotra. Renewed calls to blacklist Saudi regime over Yemen's hospital attacks. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our news program live from Yemen. Today's studios. I'm Nasser Khamri. Saudi air fighters have targeted with 3 raids Al-Makha Directorate in Taiz Governorate. According to local sources in the Governorate, the enemy's warplanes targeted with 3 raids Mocha Junction of Ousع district, resulting in the death of 4 citizens. The aggression jets also targeted a citizen's vehicle in Sanama region of Wazi'iyah district. Saudi military aircraft attacked with heavy raids many directorates in the governorate of Sada, northern of Yemen. Our correspondent in the governorate say that the Saudi Air Forces launched 2 raids on the areas of Mandaba and Al-Baha in the directorate of Baqam, causing damages to the property of citizens. The correspondent pointed out that the Saudi jet fighters targeted with 3 more raids the directorate of Shada and the public road, a raid in the area of the Perkan and Razah directorate, and with sound bomb the sky of Munabbih area. In the Mar Governorate, Saudi warplanes launched a series of airstrikes on Dhawran Anis. Local sources confirmed that the Saudi jet fighters waged at least 10 raids on Bani Suwaid of Dhawran Anis district. It should be noted that the Saudi warplanes have frequently waged air raids on the same district. Saudi jet fighters retargeted Sirwah district of Marib Governorate with 2 raids. The last raids come hours after many airstrikes on Al-Matar area, Al-Rabia and Al-Makhdara areas of the same directorate. In Al-Jawf Governorate, Saudi jet fighters launched 2 raids on Al-Matoun and Al-Ghail districts. Local sources confirmed that the Saudi aircraft targeted with 2 raids Mawza'iyah area east of Al-Matoun district and with 2 others Shawaq Valley in Al-Ghail district. In previous times, Saudi warplanes attacked Khalifatain area of Khaf and Khabwa Shawaf directorate. House of Representatives condemned strongly the anti-environment activities carried out in Socotra archipelago by the United Arab Emirates military forces. The parliament expressed its concerns about digging the land, which threatened the historical and natural status, as well as the looting and smuggling of birds and rare plants from the archipelago. The parliament demanded to stop those acts that distort the island and hold the Emirati officials responsibility for their actions. The Council of Representatives calls on the occupying forces to return what has been looted and to leave Yemen. This came after the Council listened to a letter of Water and Environment Committee which referred to what the Socotra archipelago is exposed to of digging and destroying. The letter pointed out that the archipelago hosts many rare and special birds at the global level. A new call to report Saudi Arabia on the list of countries that violate the rights of children after the destruction of public and health facilities. Those guarantee the lives of children. Details to be covered in this report.
Persistent attack on healthcare in Yemen is severely impacting children's well-being. civil society and organizations detailed the event in a report. The report watch list on children and armed conflict, in collaboration with Save the Children, found a series of systematic attacks on medical facilities and personnel and families, along with the restricted access to health care means across 3 of the most insecure governorates in Yemen. According to the International Committee of Red Cross, there were more than 160 attacks against medical facilities and personnel between March 2015 and March 2017, carried out mostly by Saudi airstrikes. In one incident, a Saudi raid shut down a Thawra hospital, which had also previously been shelled on numerous occasions. In Saada, a missile struck the Medicine Sans Frontières hospital, which killed 6 and wounded 10. The hospital served an area of approximately 120,000 people and was established an emergency room to provide access to health care for patients that would otherwise need to travel 4 to 5 hours along an insecure road to receive. A few days later, the same hospital sustained another rocket attack by the Saudi-led coalition. Many are now afraid because of the attacks, which has compound health challenge as access to life-saving treatment is limited. According to the report, more than half of Yemen's population, including 8 million children, lack access to basic health care, an increase of more than 70% since the aggression began in March 2015. And there was 1 hospital bed for every 1,600 people, and over 50% of medical facilities have closed because of the Saudi and its mercenaries' actions in Yemen.
Yemeni Confederation of Labor Unions organized a protest in front of the United Nations office in the capital secretariat of Sana'a. More about this in this coming report.
Difficult conditions of life left behind by the Saudi aggression and its unjust siege on Yemeni people by land, sea and air, and its seizure of Yemeni funds of all which led to the creation of famine among Yemeni people, especially laborers. Yemeni Confederation of Labor Unions organized a protest in front of the UN office in the capital Sana'a. I appeal to the international community, Human Rights Committee and the UN to watch the suffering of Yemeni people from clinical death because of the siege on Yemen. This war has no justification. It's just an aggression on Yemen. Yemenis are dying. Infrastructure is destructed. We don't have wages. Yemen's laborers, the most vulnerable groups in Yemeni society, have been affected by their loss of wages and jobs due to the bombing of factories and economic establishments by Saudi aggression. They are demanding the international community to carry out its humanitarian duty. I appeal to the UN and Geneva for what they call the world's biggest humanitarian crisis to not keep silent, because your silence is the main reason for our suffering, starvation and genocide. Yemen's Under-Secretary of State for Humanitarian Affairs, Stephen O'Brien, has been called for clarifying what he saw in Yemen of the scale of the disaster of humanity which has caused the working class and Yemeni people the unspeakable calamities, according to Yemen's labor's statement. We appeal to the UN and the peoples of the world to intervene quickly to put pressure on Saudi Arabia to quickly lift the siege on Yemen completely and to open airports and ports, neutralize economic issues of political conflicts, and supply all government revenues to all branches of the Central Bank of Yemen. The displacement of more than 2 million citizens from their villages and cities as a result of the bombing of Saudi aggression and blockade has increased the suffering of the Yemenis, in addition to the continuation of the Saudi enemy targeting the port of Hodeidah, the only artery to deliver humanitarian aids and medicines to millions of Yemenis, which is a violation of all international humanitarian laws, prohibited infringement of human rights. The meeting in Geneva has to discuss the humanitarian situation in Yemen.
The Faculty of Engineering, Sana'a University, held the 3rd Yemeni exhibition of invitations and the first engineering exception for projects and creations in conjunction with the 5th Scientific Conference of Higher Education. Here is a report.
The 5th Scientific Conference, in addition to the 3rd Yemeni Exhibition of Invents and the 1st Engineering Exhibition of Project and Creativity, have proved together delegation of government headed by the chairman of the Sovereign Political Council, Saleh Samad, as well as a number of businessmen of Yemeni talents. It is an honor to me to attend this activity and see this invents and creativity under the enemy Saudi, and this encourage and urge us to confront the Saudi aggression for many years by this invents and creativity. The activity has showed various experiences created by Yemeni students despite the unjust blockade by Saudi Arabia against Yemeni people, yet Yemeni people are proving that they are capable to overcome obstacles and to fulfill their ambition in a clear message to the enemy that the Yemeni people will never surrender.
اليوم وبعد 754 يوما من العدوان
754 days of Saudi aggression, and we celebrate this significant activity and congratulate our people on their resistance against this aggression. And this activity represents a clear message to the whole world that Yemeni people are able to continue progress and development.
The Ministry of Trade and Industry confirmed its role to confront the enemy aggression, stressing its support and encouragement for the creativity and inventors to develop their abilities concerning the national economy.
Before the end of news, here is a reminder of its headlines. Saudi raids kill 4 citizens in Taiz. Yemeni parliament condemns Emirati anti-environment activities in Socotra. Renewed calls to blacklist Saudi regime over Yemen's hospital attacks. Thanks for watching and good night.